so let's go and do the interior of the truck. And let me see, maybe we can look at some reference too. I'm looking up Kamaz interior. I don't know how to pronounce that. So we'll do something blocky and industrial looking like this. So let's go. Since we're doing an interior, I can flip the body inside out. So I'm gonna select this this layer, switch to polygons with 3 and F to flip it. Control 3, invisible to turn off the rest of the vehicle. Copy, paste, move. I'm gonna reuse some of the parts I already have. And let's do Shift X on this to make a simple dashboard. Let me hide. I'm gonna hide the windows. H. So I can work easier. Let's flatten this with Alt X for local action center and then just scale it. Oh, what happened to my symmetry? Oh well, let me center it on X. Alt X. Flatten it. Okay, and I want one cut in the middle, and then depending on if you're in Europe or the US or actually the US or anywhere else in the world, you can decide to put your driver on the left or the right side. But since I'm here in the US, I'm gonna put this left side up. And sometimes you're moving and you don't get the right angle, so just do Alt Z, right click on that edge, and you'll get that angle. Another option is you can just press S to slide. If your mode is on radial for the slide, just switch it to linear, and then you just drag it down, and that'll follow the surface. Okay, and maybe all this here can get a little bit of roundness. And I want it to be pretty flat anyway, so I'm not worrying about all this stuff. Let's bevel everything in one time, and then bevel again, and this time I'm gonna just move Alt A and just move this stuff in and maybe scale it. R for scale, and let's just drag it in like that. Let's see, the corners maybe can be also rounded, so let me get rid of those and hover over, press G to deselect, B to bevel, make it a little bit round. I'm gonna get rid of the bottom here. Shift G. Oops. I'll just delete this stuff, and maybe I'll leave that. Let me try flattening this. Copy paste. Maybe there's a floating panel here. Control 1 and toggle verts, and that way I'm gonna connect these two, J, and these two, J, and then pick those two, bevel, and just bring it down using A and D. Okay. Shift X. Yeah, maybe this is just a floating panel with some graphics on there. So probably a steering wheel would be good. I'll use 64 sides, control drag. Let's get rid of this one, unless you want to have a student driver over there. And I think truck wheels are usually kind of more narrow than a car wheel, so I'll make it pretty narrow. Let's control 1, toggle verts, and let's rotate that. Pick 2, copy paste, and move it. And this can be our center stack for the center of the wheel. Z for edge extend, and P to fill it. And bevel again. I'm just holding control and shift and dragging my mouse, and that'll give you multiple constrained bevels like that. Alt X. Oops, why is it doing that? Oh, wrong one. Let's see. Can make it a little bit round. Oh, drag it up a little bit. Bevel. Maybe there's a cut line here for the horn part where you would press. And then let's see, what else can we do? Maybe this stuff in here is like indented or embossed or something. And then the logo would go there, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's pick one. Alt double click, Shift double click, and then bevel. Okay, let's make spokes for the wheel. So I can reuse this center, copy paste, and rotate it. Let's do Alt A and then rotate it 90. And then just, whoa, why is it snapping? Okay, let's turn off snapping. Shift X and drag it. Oh, that's not cool. Alt X and move. And so this cylinder is a bit much, so I'm going to pick one edge and then the next, skip one in between, and then up arrow. Just hold down up arrow, backspace, maybe do it one more, up arrow, backspace. So that's just a quick way to get rid of geometry if you don't want it. So let's make sure this is kind of in the middle, and then I'm going to pick this one again, press A to set my work plane to that, and then pick this, and let's go to duplicate, radial array, and then make sure the count is on 3, and then right click. That should give you your 3, and then press A to reset, and that's it. Let's see what else we can do. Maybe we could add in some gauges. So it's 32 sides, maybe 24 sides. So since we're gonna probably be duplicating this, I want to make my bevels first and my details, so I can save that time. Really, this is probably too much detail. think. And you can also do your materials here. So I don't know. Let's say this is M interior plastic underscore plastic. Okay, oops. Or maybe a better name would be what the actual material is. So plastic underscore black. Textured. Okay. And then this, let's give that another material like graphic white. Okay. And let's see, maybe we can add in some dials. So I'm gonna press A to set my work plane there again, and then drag out a little needle. Let's grab that needle. Where is it? Okay, hide this, grab this, move it up. U to unhide. Shift X for the needle. Oops. Okay, and let's center this on X. Oh, on Z. Control Shift Space Z. And copy paste scale. Why the hell does this keep? That is so weird. Every time everything keeps moving for some reason. Copy paste move. What the fuck? Okay, reset work plane. Scale, thicken. M. Plastic, black. Okay. Plastic, red, clear. Okay. Copy paste, move, oops, move. Pick all that, deselect that, pick all this, scale. Let's give that the plastic I'm just wondering, maybe it could be cool to, if we get every other one of these and press up arrow and then double click Alt X and scale. Nope, that looks pretty bad. But actually, if you did want to do it on the inside only, let's see, how can we would probably use a fall off, cylinder fall off, cylinder fall off. Where are you? There we go. So with that cylinder fall off, it only works on the inside parts, which is kind of cool. And then we can subdivide it. Whoops. To get that knurled effect. Boop, boop, boop. And let's put this on same business. And escape a couple times to drop out of that, the fall off. Okay, let's save this as interior. Let's make a little seat back. Get the regular material. Okay, so let's hide the windows again. I'm starting to run into, this issue here. So maybe I should take care of that. So let me cut a couple lines in the body. So we can delete inside here. Yeah, that way the interior will show up. And I'm gonna make this super basic here. Let's see. Copy paste and thicken. Okay, this can go over here. So I'm starting to see how the ergonomics of this thing do not make any sense. And the driver's legs will be crashing through this part here, so it kind of sucks. But anyway, let's finish up the seat. Alt and double click, and then bevel. Alt 2 to convert to edges, and then you can bevel. We'll do the same thing here, Alt 2 and then bevel. Just make sure you're not crisscrossing here. I'm going to delete this one. P to fill it. Shift down and let's backspace these ones. Alt 2. get rid of these. Okay, and since this is only for indication of an interior, I think this will be enough for now. We're only going to be looking at this from the outside, I think. Maybe this could be a little bit smoother. Oops. Alright, let's, I'm gonna select everything here, all my interior bits. Make sure I get all this stuff too. Oops. And cut. Oops, forgot those two. Cut, and for a new layer, and paste. Let's name this interior. Control 3, invisible. And let's get the body and flip it back, and U to unhide. Make sure your windows are still there. And alright, now we can keep going with the exterior. Which I'm gonna keep it not too detailed because I want this tutorial to be actually finishable, and I hope you're not sleeping already, but okay. Get this stuff. Oh shoot, everything is not centered. Center X, there we go. So I just centered everything because when nothing is selected, everything is selected in Modo. Let's bevel this down or up. So hopefully symmetry will work. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Let me deselect all this. Just clean up. I'll just delete this. Bevel. I'm gonna select only the back part of this and move it back because I think the interior needs a little bit more space. Maybe the seats could move back a little bit. Looks like there's some stuff under there that doesn't have material. Let's do that. Anyway, so the interior stuff though, it's pretty basic, but feel free to go to town on it if you have time. And the same goes for the exterior too. I'm trying to keep it relatively simple because this is a video and I don't want it to be kind of shorter than longer, but I hope you guys will come up with some interesting changes to this, or your own designs, modifications or whatever, and just make it cooler for your own. Maybe it's just this section that bevels or scales. But it's kind of tough because it's already been done. So boop boop beep 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 beep. Oops. Okay, I think it's a okay compromise. So now we're straying off the original sketch a bit, but it's okay because sometimes the sketches don't really work. So this material here, whatever this is, should be double-sided. So so the interior can be blocked out. And all right, let's mirror this over. Let me just make a handle here. 1, 2, 3. This bevel. Oops, double click that, and Q and quick pipe. Okay, let me delete that one. Cut, and let's make a brand new layer, N. Make sure it's outside of the any groups, and then paste. So let's grab that one. Oops. Q and quick pipe. There we go. So this can be like a little step ladder thing. Maybe that's the door handle. There. Let's cut and paste this onto that symmetry layer so that it goes to the other side too. And then I think we should have a vertical one too. And this one can be taller. And maybe another one down here. And we can get rid of that and squish those in. And these little handles just help the scale a little bit. Maybe we can put a little ladder on this side too, so people can get up here. So let's thicken. I'll give that matte color and then duplicate it a couple times. Maybe this is more of a roof rack kind of thing here. Beep-a-doop-a-doo, beep-a-doo. Okay. Do we want to? So, you know, maybe there's some kind of junk happening up here, but you could put shovels, fuel cans, maybe I don't know. Oh, that sucks. Oops. Just hiding everything else so I can drag it down. Beveling one more time on those top ones because I was getting these weird triangle things, so when that happens you can just bevel again. That'll flatten it. Alright. Is that it? What else? All right, let's work on these guys a little bit. So the headlight, or these light lenses, I'm gonna cut paste onto your own layer and then thicken. Give it a little bit of thickness, and let's call this glass. Or yeah, glass. This one could be glass amber. Okay. And then I want to copy just this one part. Copy paste. Oops. And let's shift Alt X and spin it around. And this will be our oops. Flip that one and flip this one. Let's give these two a material, chrome. This can be our reflector. And then just move it, make some kind of pattern. And then these will go back here. Shift H to hide everything else, and let's put some light. Let's grab these two rings, call it LED white. U for unhide. Okay, the way these are smashed in here, I feel like could be better. So maybe I'll copy and paste them onto the body layer, and maybe scale this up a little bit, mirror it over, get these two, and let's Control Q to cut it out. That way there's a cutout for them. So let's connect these two here, these two here, these two here, J, and these two. Okay, and then reselect, oh shit, reselect those edges. I'm kind of worried about that area here, but let's just do it. Backspace, backspace, backspace. Okay. Join that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay, let's see if maybe this will work. Alt 4. Okay. It's not pretty, but oh, okay. Let's join these two. Join those. Okay, pop. Okay, good enough. Alt 3. So this material here, what is this? Press 4 and select it. Structure. It's double-sided, that's good. The smoothing angle I think is too high because we're seeing like weird triangles happening here. So I'm gonna turn down that smoothing angle. If I go all the way down to 0, it becomes like faceted. But I think we can go up until that goes away. Which is about 25. Let me make this a different material also. So this can be chrome. Okay, P to fill that. Let's cut, paste, move. I'm gonna give this that chrome material, bevel in, and scale it in. So it's like that. And then let's give it a couple of loops. And so I'm gonna do the same thing on this one and just make some reflections from that chrome, and then we can get maybe from here to here, if I bridge that, L for loop, and let's make this LED white. Bevel this one. U for unhide. Copy, paste. Okay, and then in the interior, let's hide that. Let's edge extend this and just move it up a little bit so there's a bit of thickness there. U for unhide. Save. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. F8. Cool. So now we can move on to rendering.